The natural world is sending us a message, one that grows louder and more urgent with every passing season. Across continents and oceans, the signs are impossible to ignore. We are living in an era of rapid, profound change, where the very systems that have shaped life on Earth for millennia are shifting before our eyes. Glaciers that once seemed eternal are vanishing. Rivers swell and recede with alarming unpredictability, and the skies themselves seem to churn with new intensity. Once, catastrophic weather events were rare, anomalies that made headlines for their rarity. Now they're frighteningly common, unfolding with a frequency and ferocity that leaves communities reeling and experts searching for answers. Scientists warn that extreme weather disasters are now 4 times more frequent than just a few generations ago. The data is clear. What was once considered a 100-year storm can now happen several times in a single decade. This isn't isolated, it's happening everywhere, affecting every community, regardless of geography or wealth. Blistering heat waves scorch city streets and countryside alike, monstrous hurricanes leave devastation in their wake, and uncontrollable wildfires consume forests and homes with terrifying speed. Devastating floods, once considered rare, are now the new normal. Rivers overflow, submerging entire neighborhoods, while news broadcasts struggle to keep up with the relentless pace of disaster. These events shatter records and redefine what we thought possible. Each new disaster brings terms like unprecedented and record-breaking into our daily conversations. Words like bomb cyclone and heat dome have entered our vocabulary, describing weather systems behaving in new dangerous ways. Meteorologists and scientists scramble to explain phenomena that were once theoretical, now made real by the changing climate. The predictable patterns our ancestors relied on are being disrupted. Farmers who once counted on the rhythm of the seasons now face uncertainty with every planting. Droughts linger for months, leaving fields barren and communities struggling to adapt. In cities, flash floods turn familiar streets into rivers, catching residents off guard and overwhelming emergency services. From rural heartlands to urban centers, no one is immune to the reach of extreme weather. The evidence is all around us, in parched riverbeds that once teemed with life, in scorched forests reduced to ash, and in coastlines battered by relentless storms and rising seas. We are all witnesses to this profound transformation. Whether watching from our windows, capturing the chaos on our phones, or picking up the pieces after disaster strikes, we are living through a pivotal moment in history. The world's climate is changing before our eyes, reshaping landscapes, livelihoods, and the very fabric of our societies. The places we call home are being transformed in ways we never imagined. This change demands our urgent attention and understanding. The choices we make now will determine the future we leave for generations to come. Why is nature's fury escalating? Why are storms stronger, droughts longer, and fires fiercer? The answer isn't a mystery. It's rooted in the changes we've made to our planet's atmosphere and oceans. The weather's story is now inseparable from the story of our climate. We've tipped a delicate balance maintained for thousands of years. The blanket of gases that keeps Earth habitable is thickening, trapping more heat and energizing our weather systems. The planet is running a fever, and extreme weather is its symptom. Understanding this is the first step toward finding solutions. Our planet is getting warmer, fast. The signs are everywhere, from the poles to the equator. Each year, global temperatures break new records, and the effects are becoming impossible to ignore. The world we once knew is changing before our eyes. Since the industrial age, burning fossil fuels has thickened the greenhouse gas blanket around Earth. Carbon dioxide, methane, and other gases trap heat in our atmosphere, acting like an invisible shield that prevents warmth from escaping into space. Our reliance on coal, oil, and gas has fundamentally altered the planet's natural balance. This extra heat is the engine behind today's extreme weather. Storms are growing more intense and natural disasters are striking with greater frequency and severity. Communities everywhere are feeling the impact, from hurricanes to heat waves. A warmer atmosphere holds more moisture, leading to heavier rainfall and devastating floods. Cities and towns are increasingly vulnerable as rivers overflow and streets turn into waterways, putting lives and livelihoods at risk. Oceans have absorbed over 90% of this extra heat, fueling more powerful hurricanes and disrupting marine life. Warmer waters bleach coral reefs, threaten fish populations, and endanger the delicate balance of marine ecosystems that millions depend on for food and income. Higher temperatures dry out soils, creating tinderbox conditions for wildfires and prolonged droughts. Forests burn more easily, and farmland struggles to produce crops, threatening food security for entire regions. Fire seasons start earlier and last longer, fertile lands become arid. Farmers and firefighters alike are on the front lines, battling blazes and watching once productive fields turn to dust. The same excess heat brings floods to one region and droughts to another. Some communities are overwhelmed by water while others face relentless dryness, all within the same season. It's a global disruption of the water cycle. Rivers change course, lakes shrink or overflow, and the patterns we once relied on are no longer predictable. Our climate system is fundamentally out of balance. Melting ice caps, rising seas, and shifting weather patterns are clear warnings that we must act. This is the reality we now face. The choices we make today will determine the future of our planet and the lives of generations to come. The story of climate change is written in data, not just headlines. Carbon dioxide levels have skyrocketed since the Industrial Revolution, far beyond natural fluctuations. Global temperatures show a clear, steady rise. Recent years are the hottest on record. Oceans are warmer, with marine heat waves becoming more frequent and intense. Hurricanes are stronger and intensify more rapidly. Satellite imagery shows ice sheets and glaciers shrinking at alarming rates, raising sea levels and disrupting weather patterns. These datasets, CO2, temperature, ocean heat, melting ice, are the vital signs of a planet under stress. The evidence is undeniable. Human activity is fundamentally altering our world. The data comes alive in real-world disasters. Hurricanes like Maria and Dorian, supercharged by warm oceans, devastate communities with record rainfall and flooding. Australia's Black Summer and California's wildfires are firestorms, not just forest fires, driven by hotter, drier conditions. In 2022, Pakistan's unprecedented monsoon floods submerged a third of the country, creating a humanitarian crisis. These aren't isolated events, they're the faces of a global phenomenon. Each carries the fingerprint of climate change, making them more likely and more severe. For those affected, these are life-altering catastrophes, not abstract trends. The 2021 Pacific Northwest heat dome was a wake-up call. Temperatures soared to record-shattering levels with entire towns destroyed by fire and hundreds of lives lost. Billions of marine animals died in a silent mass casualty event. Scientists concluded this event would have been virtually impossible without human-caused climate change. It was a leap into a hotter future, arriving decades ahead of schedule. The heat dome showed that climate change can trigger sudden, shocking extremes. Even developed nations are not immune. The rulebook for weather has been thrown out. We must act before worse arrives. Climate change is not a future problem, it's a present reality. Fires, floods, and heat domes are happening now, not decades from now. The economic costs are staggering, billions lost to hurricanes, wildfires, and droughts. Insurance is becoming unaffordable in high-risk areas. The human cost is even greater. Lives lost, homes destroyed, communities displaced. Psychological trauma lingers long after disasters end. The stability that underpins our well-being is eroding. This is about saving ourselves, not just future generations. The decisions we make today will shape the impacts we face tomorrow. Extreme weather is already part of our lives. The question is, how will we respond? We stand at a crossroads. Continuing on our current path means more frequent, intense weather extremes. But this future isn't set in stone. We can choose a different path, one of rapid transformation and global cooperation. The urgent task: cut greenhouse gas emissions by shifting to clean energy and reimagining our industries. We must also adapt, building stronger defenses, developing drought-resistant crops, and upgrading infrastructure. Preparedness is essential for survival. No nation can do this alone. Climate change demands global solidarity. Every fraction of a degree we prevent saves lives. The choice we make now will define our world for generations. The time to act is now. The challenge before us is immense, and at times it can feel overwhelming. But hope lies in our collective action. When we come together, our efforts multiply, and real change becomes possible. Each of us has a role to play, no matter how small it may seem. Change starts with paying attention. Notice the shifting weather patterns, listen to the stories of those who have been affected by floods, storms, and droughts, and observe how our environment is transforming before our eyes. Recognize the global pattern that connects us all. Educate yourself and others, seek out information, ask questions, and share what you learn with your friends, family, and community. Knowledge is a powerful tool for change. Public awareness drives demand for action. When we raise our voices together, we show leaders and decision-makers that we care, and that we expect meaningful solutions. Share your experiences. Personal stories make climate change real and relatable. When we talk about what we've seen and felt, we inspire others to care and to act. Urge leaders to support clean energy and resilience. Advocate for policies that protect our communities and invest in sustainable solutions. Your voice matters in shaping the future. Every choice we make sends a signal. From the products we buy to the way we travel, our daily actions add up. Small steps, when taken by many, create a wave of positive change. Together we are a powerful force for change. This is everyone's responsibility. No one is too small to make a difference, and no action is insignificant when we act as one. The natural world is resilient, but not limitless. Our planet can heal, but only if we give it the chance by making better choices and supporting restoration efforts. Extreme weather is a distress signal from our planet, a reminder that urgent action is needed to protect our homes, our loved ones, and future generations. We have the knowledge and tools to make a difference. What we need now is the will to act together, with determination and hope for a better tomorrow.